times.
Oh, you say no because then they can at least give you a warning and say, well, you should have realized you were...
But, like, how do you not know how fast you're going? Like, you got a speedometer right there.
On the day. You got to read the room, right? Like, the cop might be the type that's, like, real angry. And if they're real angry, you got to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I knew I was going this fast. I was late. Right? And then they'll be like, well, you clearly got some shit to do. But give me your license and registration. You're getting a fine.
Well, so I watched a video with a cop and a lawyer explaining about, pleading the fifth and stuff like that. And basically the cop was like, a lot of people have this desire to tell the truth.
Yeah.
But they'll just kind of
use that against you.
Yeah, like the people will often kind of just stretch the truth a little bit, like it's 65. I think I was going 67. I'm not sure. But as soon as you do that, then you've just admitted to committing a crime. So like, he's just saying, kind of plead the fifth.
But does it? Well, but here's my problem with pleading the fifth. It means you're guilty. Like, I know it's a...
It does not!
I know...
Prove it then.
I know it's...
They have the burden of proof.
I know it's a constitutional right, but if someone asks you a simple question, and you're like, I'm not going to answer that because it would incriminate me. What you're saying is, I was breaking the law.
Not at all! If they don't have the
that
evidence... Yeah, if they do not have the evidence, then you're not... The burden of proof is on them, not on you.
It also doesn't matter what they personally think. It then goes to becoming an institutional thing, right? They could know you broke the law, but they still have to prove it.
Well, I agree with this.
As long as you don't lie and you don't say anything. The general rule: never talk to police without a lawyer.
I'm just saying though, if the police, I'm not gonna be like, okay, first I get pulled over by the police. I'll be like, sorry, officer, I can't talk to you. My attorney's on the phone right now.
I'm not sure. Just say I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What
you
is
say that?
wrong
They
with
could
America?
even know you're playing dumb.
No, this is a very important part of our constitutional rights. You seriously do not talk to the police. You are allowed to, and you should. The cop in that video that I was just telling you about said, just don't talk to us. Don't do it. You can.
What a
even
fucking
if you're not guilty of
here.
a crime, even if you're not guilty of a crime, you can still incriminate yourself.
The disconnect here is Ryan wants us to be reasonable, and we all have to acknowledge that we're not being reasonable in doing what we're doing.
I'm just saying, like,
we figured out how to game the system, and we're doing it.
How are you gonna look that police officer in the eye and say, "I plead the fifth to your very simple question," and then go home and be like, "I'm an adult"? Like,
just say you're not sure. You're not sure.
I think I would err on the side of honesty in that situation. If he's like, "Do you know how fast you were going?" I'd be like, "Yeah. I know how to drive a car. I know how fast I was going. It was slightly too fast, but like, let's be honest. I had this pegged as like it's okay to go 8 over the speed limit zone, and clearly I was mistaken. So, shoot,
you are
coward.
legally in the right. You're welcome to tell the truth, but
it's which is more important to you: the respect of a person you're never going to see again, or the issue that arises as a result.
The respect of somebody wearing a uniform, for certain.
Yeah, and that's also your own self-integrity.
Sweet ass badge and everything.
Self-integrity.
Having dealt with NYPD on several occasions, I will tell you with.
What are you, like a
authority.
Union leader or something?
Just say, dude. No, like seriously, don't talk to the police. There's no reason to. Here's the the Miranda rights. You know how there's that part in it. Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know how there's that part in it where it
Miranda?
says, what you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
That's more of like a Samantha thing, honestly.
Well, the thing is, that is entirely like literal. What they mean is it can only be used against you. What you say can never be used for you in the court of law. So there is nothing that you can say to the police that would be a good thing for you.